Hi, welcome back to Living 757. I'm Dessa. I'm bringing you live footage here with my hosts here with Quincy and Patricia, and we're about to get the party started, and we're going to talk to one of our Cox family members here at the station, and she's going to tell us a little bit about how people are having birthdays during this whole time, and she's going to share with us a little bit of information on how you can celebrate your birthday even through times like this. So I'm going to announce Jessica Dolly's with us. Yay!
Welcome, Jessica. Welcome to the show.
And Nolan, that's our son, Nolan.
Yes. You say
hi.
Hi.
Oh, how are you?
So I hear Nolan celebrated a birthday. Can you tell us a little bit about how that was even possible?
Yeah. So Nolan turned 5 earlier this month, and he, it's a big birthday. 5's a big birthday, right? And super excited to be able to celebrate. We had a big party planned out at our farm. And literally, I think 3 days before the party was supposed to be happening, we heard from the governor that the stay-at-home order was going into effect, and that really effectively canceled what our birthday party was planned to be. Nolan was such a good sport about it, and he really understood, but he kept asking me questions about, how can we still have my friends over? Can my friends still play in the yard? Can my friends do this? Can my friends do that? And it was really, really heartbreaking. Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah. You lose so much. And I wanted to be able to do something for him. So we came up with the idea of the virtual party, and
so cool.
It was so fun. It was a Star Wars theme. We had a great theme for it.
Nice.
And Nolan had his little costume on. He had a slash between Han Solo and Chewbacca.
Nice. This is beautiful, Jessica, to see all your family reunited. Tiny moments of joy, like blowing out birthday candles with family and friends, are very important. What tips can you give the people that is not very familiar with social networks?
So I would say do a little bit of research on your platform. We used Zoom. We felt like that would be the easiest for us because I was already familiar with it. We liked being able to see everybody's faces at once, but there are others out there. You can do a Google Hangout, or Evite, I think, has a platform now. So definitely do research as to what your best bet for that is. And then additionally, I think a recipe for disaster on the just having everybody sit there and stare at each other. Open
my gift.
When you have a normal play date, you bring your friends in, and the kids bring their friends in, they figure out what they're going to do. But in this scenario, they were all kind of like,
now what? Dance time.
Yeah, we planned activities. We did a scavenger hunt, and we did a game called Nolan's Favorite Things, where I read out facts about his favorite foods and things like that, and they had to guess. So, and then definitely a dance party. We had a dance party because everybody loves that. So.
That was really
Absolutely, Jessica. And I have a quick question. We don't have much time left, but I know it's important when you're creating a guest list. But why do you recommend, really quick, splitting up into 2 groups if it's a large group?
Yeah, because we were really concerned about how hectic it was going to be. With what's going on right now, nobody has anything going on. So your entire guest list will be attending, and probably plus some. So we had friends invite friends, and so we had to split apart so that it did not get too hectic. And so we ended up having 2 parties. And it was an extra special day.
Oh, that's awesome.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Jessica, for sharing your birthday party with all of us. Thank you so much. We encourage everyone to check their platforms and also do it. So from birthday parties going to a virtual tour, right now we're going to introduce a package from the Harbor Park. This is one of the videos of many, and you're going to see the park like I've never seen before. Let's check this out.
All right.
Hey, everybody. It's Jonathan with the Norfolk Tides. And I'd like to thank you for watching our first video from the batting cages, which are actually right through those doors. And we got some comments on that video. People wanted to see the clubhouse. Got a request from Dan and from Dave. Thanks for commenting. I will call you out by name. So if you know it's you, just say, yeah, he's talking to me. They wanted to see the clubhouse. So let's keep going with the tour right over that way. If you were a Tides player, this is what you'd see if you come into work every day. I promise that they see something better than this, because this is definitely in off-season mode. During the season, this would be a lot more set up, those couches and tables, and we got a whole bunch of rolling chairs just kind of strewn about. See, we had to clean the place up for the off-season, so it would look a little bit different to them. But one thing I would like to point out is you can see all these lockers, all these places that players call their home while they're here. They've all got this spot for a nameplate right above it. And you'll notice that they're kind of changeable. Like, we can slide a name in and we can slide it out. Well, let's talk for a minute about how you put a baseball roster together. You usually have about 2 catchers, a starting catcher and a backup, and that's often where you find them. Somehow they always end up in those lockers. Then, well, you got your 3 outfielders and usually an extra one, so 4 of those guys. We're up to 6. And then you got your 4 infielders, so that's another 4, that's 10. And then maybe a backup infielder, 11. And then usually the rest of it is rounded out by a pitching staff. So you've got about 25, 26, 27 people sharing this space. The coaches get their own space down the hall. But wanted to point out, the reason why these nameplates have to change is because things are changing often in here. Just ask Ian, our director of communications. We, as a franchise, set a record in 2012. We had over 200 transactions. That means 200 times that our roster changed in some way. And we had a franchise record 75 different players. So just think about that. If it takes about 25 guys to have a baseball team, in 1 year, we had 75. We had pretty much the equivalent of 3 baseball teams all at one time. So that's a lot of change. So that's why these names, they're always changing. We're going to speed up the tour a little bit and just do some quick flybys through some of the other areas. This is where Adam, our clubhouse manager, spends a lot of his time. This is where you're going to find all your socks and batting gloves and jerseys and those awesome orange pants. I want to conclude this tour of the clubhouse with a quick look at the weight room, because Corey requested to see the weight room. So here it is. Now, I'd be lying if I told you that I really knew what any of this was for. I'm not well versed in the weight room world, despite what my physique might suggest. So since Corey asked for it, I figure I'd show it to you. And perhaps a fun way to conclude, I've always kind of appreciated this. We got this whole rack of weights right here. I'm thinking you call them dumbbells, maybe barbells. And that one gets all the way up to 110. So shall we see if I can lift it? All right, here it is, the 110. There's actually 2 of them, like I think you're supposed to do both. But I'm gonna need both hands for this. Wish me luck. Oh, mercy. Oh, baby. Goodbye, everyone. Thanks for watching.
Wow, and
I think it was kind of heavy for him.
Yeah, I could have done it. No, I was kidding.
yeah, and that's a pretty cool park. I know that my wife and
Yes.
daughter, we've made trips down there during the summertime, and yeah, it's just a lot of fun just to watch baseball live. I'm not a fan of watching it on TV, but I can watch it live.
And also
And
the
this is-
restaurant's even
Yeah.
open, even when it's not in season. They have a nice bar, and yeah, it's really.
And they
good
have
place to
also
eat.
a music presentation. They have activities going on. And this
Yeah.
is one of many videos that they're going to share with us during this COVID-19. So thank you so much to Harbor Park to share all this about that. That's awesome.
Absolutely, ladies. And one thing's for sure, the country and the baseball fans cannot wait to hear those words, batter up, when the season finally gets underway. In fact, coming up next, our good friend Anthony Rosano knocks one out of the park with the blues and rock performance. Y'all got to stay.
Ooh.